AITAH for not allowing my son and his fiancé in my house because they don't treat my wife like a grandma? So my son, Mason, 25M, got with his fiancé pretty young, at 18. Now would I had agreed with this choice especially for a kid that was in engineering in a top university? No. But he seemed happy and that's what matters to me just as long as he didn't forget about his studies and himself. My wife on the other hand didn't, she wanted him to do the same as our eldest two did, no dating, just focusing on school and coming out with amazing grades. They had a big of argument about not only his choice of dating but his girlfriend, Tracy also, nothing racist, my wife and his girlfriend are the same race. They barely argue, so this didn't hurt their relationship much and they moved past it. What set it off was when Mason was able to qualify for an engineering program aboard for about a 1, me and my wife were obviously excited since this would do great in his future. He would come back at least once a month, and though I wished he spent more time with us, it was normal that he would spend that time with. Well, while he was still aboard, Tracy approached us and told us she was pregnant. I was excited, but my wife was skeptical about the pregnancy and asked her straight up if it was Mason's. Tracy got offended and they argued. She got her parents involved, who were all saying their daughter would never sleep outside of a relationship and that my wife just didn't want Mason to step up for his own kid. I told them that it was natural to get wary since Mason was barely home and we could all solve this with a DNA test when the baby is born. Tracy and her parents were against this idea, but after talking to Mason he agreed, though he was a bit disappointed in his mom. Skip 9 months and a couple more weeks for the DNA test and the baby was his. My wife apologized and now just wanted to move on. Tracy didn't. She said she didn't want my wife involved since she stressed her out during the pregnancy, and since she doubted her own granddaughter she shouldn't get to be in her life. My wife was absolutely broken by this and kept asking for forgiveness over and over again, but Tracy and Mason refused. It got to the point she would cry herself to sleep and it really broke me. I called Mason to come to his senses that his mom was just worried about him and wanted to make sure he wasn't trapped with a baby that wasn't his. He argued that she needed to hurt a little for the pain she caused Tracy. What pain? She just didn't interact with Tracy till the baby was proven to be Mason. I called him dumb for allowing Tracy to continuously disrespect his mother like this. I told him that until he sees his mom like how a son should, he and Tracy are no longer welcomed into my house. Sai was her house too, more in fact, since she stays home and I won't have her feeling insecure in her own house. He got mad and threatened to keep my grandkid away from me, but at this point I'm not going to be manipulated. I told him if he wants to cut me off and live happily ever after with Tracy and her family he can do so. I hanged up. He blocked me. I don't think I was wrong. My other kids are on my side and think Mason is just getting manipulated by Tracy and her family. My youngest though thinks I shouldn't have banned him from my house. AITAH?